Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I've come on today because I'm going to show you how to make another flower. Different sort of way to these ones. I'm going to show you first what I've done since I was last on here. I might have to move this a tiny bit back so I can reach it and we're all in the shot. Now, I did this one, I don't know if I had it on yesterday's or the day before, the last one, and could have been Lynn. Somebody asked me about to put the beads around. So I put the beads around. And I think they look gorgeous, don't you? This one here I didn't pull up as tight, so it doesn't look as frilly. But that's okay because I think it looks fine. I mean, putting the beads on make a way, way better difference, doesn't it? They turn out really well, I thought. Okay, so then I've got this one here. I showed you the little pink one I made. This was one I made earlier with my bag. So this one here I made, I don't think I did this on camera either, but I've put a piece of holy lace, it's sort of a little lace I cut and I put it behind that. Then I put the beads around it and I think that turned out well. This one here I've done and I put a flower in the middle. These ones that I got off these little flowers that I don't know what they're made out of. They could be little bits of some sort of acrylic or something. They look really good. Then I put that one in the centre and I think that turned out really pretty because I matched the colour with, you know, thing. Now, I thought about putting that onto there and I did do it and I still think it looks good. Okay. Then I made this one here this morning. I really like that. When I did I tore out the fabric. Now this is a piece of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's a really old piece of fabric anyway, but it's something like you line your coats and stuff with, or skirt or whatever. And it's really nice. So I made that, and I made it by doing it the reverse way that I did this. So I'd have the frill around the edge of it there, and you can sort of. Sorry, I better move the camera back here so I can show you what I'm doing. And I think it looks really good. I've frayed it back first to where it would go, so it shouldn't fray anymore. But if you want your edge a bit more fray, well, you can see. So I've done that one. So I've been having a bit of fun doing flowers. Anyway, so today we'll make a different sort of one. I'll show you later maybe this one here that's just made like a little bud thingy, you know, and the stamens in it. That's very easy to do. So we'll have a go at that. But I'm going to show you now the one that I want to do today. I was going to make some like I always say, but I think, well, why not do it with you? And that way. Now I'm going to have, I've got a really very thin piece of fabric, which I really love, and I need more. It's like, no, it's not homespun. It's, anyway, whatever it is really beautiful, and you can see through it. I don't have a lot, but I'm going to get as many as I can out of this fabric by the time I'm finished. I've only done so far that little pink one that I did the other day. But so now I'm just going to move these pins out of there, move them down a bit so they're not in my way. So now we need some circles. We need 5 circles. So I'm folding my piece of fabric in half like that, okay, because now I'm going to need a circle to put on that. I've got my coffee cup there, but I don't want to turn that upside down. That won't end well, will it? I did think a while ago, did that little thing with the circle, but just give me a second and I'll find something. There's got to be something in here. I don't know if this is big enough. It might be. Me tape. Okay. But I need to have 5, so I'm going to fold it over like that because I'm going to cut them all out at the same time. And hopefully, if you're careful, I'll actually make 6 anyway. So I've got six things folded there, okay? 6 pieces of fabric in a square, and I'm going to put a couple of pins in it. One will do. I'll put a pin in it when I cut it, or when I trace around this bit. Trace around that bit. The pencil's a bit thick, but I'll try not to. Are we in the shot? This camera's fair up in front of me because, as you can see, I'm not at my table today. I'm out here in the lounge room. I was really sick yesterday. I don't know what was wrong with me, but by geez, I was crook. I don't feel too bad today. Must have just been having a bad... I don't know what was the matter. I feel a lot better today though. Now I want to cut that really nice, so I'm holding it together with some pins because I want to try and cut it as best I can. I mean, you know, do your best. That's all you can do, your best. So we're just going to cut around there. Stay on the line. Okay. If you can. But when you go to make this, you're not going to see that bit. You're not going to see where your drawing is, okay? So it'll be fine. Yeah. I'm going to see where your drawing bit is. It was raining here this morning. Oh, the weather's been... I mean, I know it's winter time, but, well, we were in drought one time there for 11 years, which was interesting. Still rained a bit, but not that much. Now that these days it seems to be raining here all the time. Okay, so now we've got 6, but we only need 5, but we can use the other one to make one of them little ones that I can show you anyway, can't we? Okay, so I'm trying to keep this in the shot, and that's 2 pieces, and I only need 1. I only need 1. Right, one bit at a time. I've got a needle and thread. No, that's not long enough. I'm going to have to get another piece of thread because I don't want it to be... I made some of these back in 2014. I just found my video. But the thing is, oops, I also have made other ones, but they didn't turn out the same because using different materials to do them with, and you're putting different decoration things on them and that, so you're sort of not using the same things, and they don't, you know, they don't turn out the same. Trust me to get a knot there, and I'm not going to play with it. I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so now we've got a needle and thread, and we're going to take this and we're going to fold it in half like that, okay? And then we'll start here and we'll do this. We'll go around here like so. Just bits of stab stitches. I mean, you don't even have to really know how to sew that much to do this. You just want to be just going in and out and in and out and in and out. You don't have to do it in one big piece like I am either. You can do it as many at a time as you like. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, sorry about that. So there, we pull that up there like that, okay? Now, don't take that off. Just put, I don't know what my computer's doing. It seems to be fiddling around there. Should be turned off. Anyway, so you keep that like that. You get another piece and you do the same thing. Just go in and out. In. I think I can see some sort of a mark on this. There is too on this needle. I think it was a new one that I got out, but anyway, shouldn't hurt. Should be still working all right. So make sure to keep it folded. Keep going right across to the other side, like so. and just put it there and pull it up like that. See? It looks like rabbit ears. So we got rabbit ears first. Don't do any back stitching, which means don't go backwards or end off anything. Just keep going, because if you do that, you won't be able to fix it. It'll be stuck. So just go around you like so, and do that. Ouch. I don't think I've got anything interesting to talk about. Nothing I can think about. Okay. Pretty much everything's reasonably quiet, I hope. So this you can manoeuvre when you get it right round. Okay. Fold it in half. Now this is really good fabric to do this with. So what I'm keeping a lookout for is when I'll find some I had that one that I did I'm just going to show you that. See the one I did this with? This is really thin too. It's a really good thin one, because I think they make them softer, but if you use the ribbon and that, which you could for this, I think, I'll have to just have a check on that and see what I can do with it. It'll make it more standing up, but this is not going to be floppy because it's a lot of fabric in there, isn't there? Okay, so I do one more, and then we'll have 5 petals. 5 petals is right, isn't it? You can see that happening now, can't you? What we're getting. Haven't really gone in the room and got anything else out to do this. It's just what I was working with out here, what I've got today, because, don't know, just didn't feel, excuse me, sorry, like, going and scratching a few more bits out. There's lots of different fabrics you can use. I was going to go and see if I could find a lady's blouse or something, you know, like a sheer thing from the Vinnie's or somewhere. So now I've got 5 of those. Look, I'm going to pull them up reasonably tight into the middle there, and then I'm going to go through this bit here, just a bit. You don't have to go through too far, I don't think. And then it'll just pull it all in together like that. And then you've got the beginning of your flower. I wonder if I did that one the wrong way. But see, you can put this however you want to, just manoeuvre it till you get what you want it to look like, see? Now, I've got to find something interesting for the centre, of course. We do. Whoops, I looped it. We don't want to do that. I don't want to loop all that round there. I haven't seen much of my cat today. I don't know what's wrong with him. Now I've made a knot, so it's not going to go any further. But that looks all right. I think it's all right. I like it. Because see, they'll move out as much as you want them to organise it how you need it to be. And so now we're going to figure out what we're going to put in the middle of that. Which is whatever you like. I'm going to have to have a mouthful of water, sorry. Okay, hope that's going to stop me. Now you can make it like a nice frilly bit. I made these tiny green flowers. That doesn't work. I have these that I could put in the centre if I wanted to. I don't have very big pieces like that I could sit in there. I need it to be more, I need it to be a bigger thing, but I don't want it too heavy, so if I put something little behind it, how come this is closed back down? I usually get it open, see if I can get one of these out so it can be at different sizes. I don't know if that's big enough. It could be, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need something different, a different colour in there. Or this bit bigger one. I do not want it to cover over too much this back flower at the back. Sorry. I'm quiet when I'm thinking, aren't I? sort of quiet when I'm thinking. Don't know what I think about that. Looks okay because it's got, yeah, it doesn't look too bad actually. I don't mind that. I'm going to put that in there, I think, and then put the yellow one in the middle. No. Oh, I don't know. You know me, I'll be fiddling around here for a minute. You have to work out what you really need in there. You really do, because sometimes it takes a minute. It does, it takes a minute sometimes to figure out what you really want in that. I'm thinking maybe I could use some stamens in there and put them out there. Let me see. I do have a lot. I was gifted these from Victoria. The lady's name is in America, and her family, they sent me a parcel. She sent me a few parcels over the time. This one, I thought I'd bought it myself because she sent it straight from the place, which is a good idea. Saves 2 lots of postage, doesn't it? I'm going to try and get these out without... Oops. Well, I'm going to have to undo it a bit, so I don't want to break them. Don't want to break them all off. And then you've got to catch them, though. You did. Just get out a few there. Should we have got the yellow? Oh dear. They don't give you very... I might have to get a little bit of elastic band to put on that. So there's these nice bright yellow ones. Ah, they'll look good too, won't they? Wow. I don't know, make these things a bit bigger that they fasten them up with. I'll just take a couple of them out and then I can have a look and see which I like the best. I think these yellow ones will look the best. I only got 2 of them, have I? No, I've got 3 lots, and I'll put 6 in there. So this could look good. I'll try this and see what it looks like. Now I've still got that connected to there, haven't I? But I do want to see first what I think of it before I start fastening things down. And this is going to have to go through... There's no hole there. I'll have to make a little hole. I'll have to make a little hole there. Careful. When you want to make a little hole, sometimes it turns into a giant one. There's only 4 petals on that, but that doesn't matter, does it? So I'm going to fold these in half and put them through. I'm going to show you though how to do them in a minute when I've decided if I'm going to use these or not. Okay. There. And this through here. That's what's happening. I'm doing that. So what I'm going to do first is sew this in here, because when I glue it, it takes forever to stick down. But I don't want to see the sewing either. Okay, so I'll take forever to stick down. It's okay. Well, not really forever. I'll just do one of them little short ones while I'm... Oops. Oh, this is waiting to glue. Now, don't put the thing on the back yet, because it's not... You know how I put the circle? We don't need the circle. I think I ended that off, didn't I? Because it won't move any further, so I'm just going to There. I've got to keep reminding myself to stay in the picture. I do. I should be able to sort this out so it'll sit nicely, a bit in each one. There we go. Now, actually I can keep going with this, I think, because it'll sit there in a minute. Shouldn't come undone, hopefully. Hopefully it won't. Right, so now you want a piece of thread and you want to put a knot in it so you've got them both knotted together like that, okay? And then you get your stamens, and it doesn't matter if they're not all folded in half exactly. This is how I put mine in. I just don't know what other people do. I've gone through, looped them all there together, and then I'm going to come back through this loop in my thread. So when I pull that through, they're caught on, okay? It's caught it. You get me? Hope so. And then you just put the needle through the back of this and pull them through there together like that. Okay? And then you can spread them out a bit. Now when you've got this on the back part, I think maybe it might be a good idea if I cut it now and glue it down or sew it down, because otherwise, I better not use them, because there's wire in here, or sort of, not actually wire, but I don't know. I only put that on there so it'd be easy to thread through, because sometimes when you do them there's not a very big space to thread it through. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put them all around. Actually, I'll cut that off and I was going to sew them, wasn't I? Yeah, I were. But I can always put glue. I can always glue them on. Yeah, so you don't have to do this the way I'm doing it, because it's your thing. It gives you the option of putting them where you want them to go to, I suppose, and if they're not the same length. I really want to take them up so the white bit's not showing though. See how there's white on there? On there. Push it through, Sonya. Isn't it terrible when sometimes you feel like you got too many fingers and things in the road and you don't know what you're doing? It's not good. I'm going to set them like that to start with. I think I've got them divided how I'd like them to be. I'm actually going to sew this because I feel better if I do. Make a knot. And just go around here and catch that under there. So I've got them too. I might have to put that over that way a bit so it'll be evened out a bit further. And because I'm only just sewing over the top of them, I'll be able to actually put it over there. I'll be able to still move them about a bit until I've stuck the bit on the back to cover up the back. Plus I'll be able to shorten it as well, okay? Now if you don't have the stamens, you can make them yourself with a bead and a piece of thicker thread, you know, and it'll work. I suppose I could show you that one, how to do that. I don't know if I've got them all yet there. I've got to leave that one there. Whoops. Don't be too... You just got to be careful you don't pull your flower out of its whack. Now, I can put... Okay. What do you reckon about that? That's not too bad. This one can go through further. Where is it? Wiggle it, Sonya. Is that it there? I think so. I get up the top of that with that piece of thread? I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned about my centre, but I don't think it looks too bad. Let me see, where's a little piece of a circle here, if you can put a little... Now you can go and buy these online already cut. They're felt. If you had to cut them out yourself, it'd probably take a little while, so I don't think they were very expensive. I bought them by the 100, I think you get them by the 100 or a couple hundred. Well, see, that's gone and fixed it really nice. Having the thing on the back of it stops it from being see-through, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now, before I stick that on, I want to cut these back a bit. So you can't see them. These little legs. Those two. And those two. See, they'll all be stuck underneath your glue, with your glue, so you won't have to worry about it being... And you can buy big ones. I've got a bigger size one here somewhere. But I think when I got these, I think I went too big because sometimes I cut them down into a square nearly because they're way bigger. So you couldn't put that on there because it's going to show on these edges. But I think that's enough. I think that's covered it up enough. So we're going to add some more glue, which I was supposed to get the other glue pot started. I haven't started using it yet, so I forgot to do that. It's got different glue, and this one takes a little bit longer, I think, than a lot of them that I use. Oh well, than others that I have used in the past. This one takes a little bit longer to dry. So therefore it's moving about all over the place on me. But I think I like how that turned out. I think that looks really pretty, that one. Okay. I won't fiddle with it too long because I've got to make sure that's pressed on there nicely. Okay. And then you got your... And if you don't like the white bit on the stamen, which I'm really not really keen on, you could get yourself a permanent marker and just finish colouring that bit in if you wanted to do that with it. So you can put anything in the centre too. You could put one of those in the centre of it, which people might like a bit better than what I've got there. I mean, even if you made them longer, you could stick that there on top of it, I suppose. Maybe it doesn't need that on top of it or something else. Maybe, I think. Right, well, that's an idea, isn't it? I can just get them apart like this. Spread them out like that. And then put something on top of that. I think this is too high, so I won't use that one. Wait a minute. You go over that way. Try to separate them. So I can put that in the middle. And I'll have them there. What do you reckon about that? Maybe some more would have been better. Different colour. Let's have a different colour. And that's better. It's not as big and it's nice. I think that works. Does that look alright? It looks like little... doesn't matter. I like it. I do like that. I'm going to stick that on there. Stick that on there. Okay. Whoops. So, you can just rewind this, I suppose, if you want to. I'm going to try and come back and make a couple more different ones because I really enjoy the flower making, these things. I really like making these because they're really handy for lots of different sorts of things. I think I'm going to have to hold that. I should have got a peg or a clip, but I wasn't thinking about that. The glue doesn't dry very fast, but it holds on really good. It doesn't dry very fast, but it hangs on. Don't worry about that. What do you think? Now that looks really cool, doesn't it? Oh, I do like that. Don't think I've made one of those before. Now I'm going to do this one here. This little one here that's really easy, really easy. Now I can't remember. I think I'm going to have to make this... Well, I can remember, just because it's come to me, I've only just not long ago put that one there. So I'm going to start with a circle, okay? And you just want to go around the edge. If you like, probably use the same colour thread as your fabric, because oops, you might be able to see it, you might not, it just depends. So just, use the same, making a bit bigger these stitches. That doesn't really matter too much, because you're just going to be pulling it all together really tight anyway, like that. See? Now if you make this out of pieces of thicker fabric, it'll be more substantial probably, but this still looks good and works well, It just depends what sort of thing you're looking for. Okay? It depends what you're looking for. Now you can put a covered bead or some beads in the middle of this if you don't have the stamens. Oh, actually, I'll try to show you how to make one. Have I got a bit of cotton there? I did yesterday. My cat kept wanting to get on my table. So when he wants to do that, I have to move over, so he can sit there. You don't do that, So I had to pile my stuff at one end so he could sit the other end. Now all you do now is just pull that up like that, and you got it. You've got yourself a little bud thing. Right? Now, before I did the other one, I think I pulled it together too tight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get something. Doesn't really matter what. Just find something, Sonya. I don't want it too thick, though. Isn't that incredible, I've got everything that opens and shuts around here, but it never is in my... I'm going to put that in there so that I can see there's a bit of a place to put that other. Don't pull it back in again. Just do a back stitch and make a knot here. Just in that bit. Don't gather up all the other bits, because otherwise you'll sew it all into it and it won't work. Oh, come on. So you don't want to pull it in too tight. Okay, now if you don't want it frilly, you turn your edges in and sew around, and then they'll be up in the inside, and that won't be frilly. But it doesn't matter. I think frilly's good. I think you need to be frilly, so that won't go any bigger. But then you've got the hole there, which you probably need. So that's good. We'll cut that off, which I probably should put through the other way and cut off, because otherwise I'm going to have bits of thread hanging down, and I don't want that. And just bring it back through this other side. That's all we're doing. We're not doing anything amazing. If I could just find it, it'd be good. Let's bring it back through there and cut it off. So then I can tuck the tail up in there then. Right, now we'll do a quick, what's the name, I think. Actually, when I blamed the cat for taking me a piece of string, I think it was too thick anyway to do this with. Don't know. I've got that bit. So these cottons will work better than what I was thinking about. The other one I had was too thick. I think they'll work, I don't know. If you want to make a statement, but I'm going to do it with this, I hope. If I can just find a bead, put a bead on it. Right. Yeah, that'll be interesting, because that's a very big hole. That's a big piece of string there. Don't know if one of these will fit through one of these beads. It may do. I'll have to try it. So I'm going to put on there. What colour? I'm thinking about that. What about green? Blue? Yeah. Pink. Green. I'll just put them in there and see what they look like anyway. You know me, there's nothing's finished till it's done. You can change your mind if you want to. So So I need to put these onto here. I don't know if it's going to go through, but I can try and poke it through there. I'll have a go. Here we go, look at that. I did get it. I did get it on there. Now, I'd put a piece of glue there to catch that so it won't come off. Or you could make a knot. It's really good how that is just about the right size, isn't it, really? There's one. You can make anything if you have a go. I think you can. We probably grew up in a world that's seen it, showed it, all that sort of thing. My brother, he does a lot of stuff too. He does. At the moment he's pulling apart an old motorbike. I wonder if he's watching it. He's taking it apart. I think it's a motorbike. And he's cleaning it and fixing it all up. So when he finishes, because he's taken every bit off it, it's going to look like it's new. Except I think it's a bit vintage, I don't know. But he does a lot of stuff like this too. Oh, well, not so. Not making flowers yet, but he probably would if he needed to. He told me he'd been printing out tiny little people for his railway thing. Or his games things. Oh, they're not games, they're miniature things that he does on his 3D printer. And I'm thinking, do I need one? Don't know. Don't think I do. They're not that dear, and I don't know what I'd be wanting to print out on it anyway, but it's just half the price of the sewing machine that I'd like. It is, so. But I don't think I need another thing. I don't know, like a big something that he said it's only the size of a laptop, the one he's got. I think it is. Yeah, so he makes little people, little buildings and stuff. Well, he's like me, he goes from one thing to another. Oh, I can't get it to go on there now any further because I think it's stuck. But that's all right if it's stuck, isn't it? We don't mind if it's stuck there. We don't want it to come off, do we? Okay. Now, there's only 3, and I think I'll put more on a bit later, but if I get me needle and thread, I can take it through there with that. I'll get another bit of cotton here. Like, probably some nice gold ones would have done. Nice gold beads. Might have worked a bit better. Oh dear. Went to bed last night at 7 o'clock. Didn't go to sleep straight away though. Like I said, I didn't feel very good, and then I've been asleep this morning since I got up. Yeah, oh well. Don't know what's wrong. I'll be alright. So I looped that round. Oh, I didn't show you what I did. I looped that round there the same way as I did the other one. I just put it through there and caught it in there. And now I'm going to put this up through here without picking up any of your fabric. Don't pick it up until you get to the end there, alright? Yeah, I'll pull that up in there. See if I can stick some beads on this one too. I might put beads on the rest of it. Bring it back down a minute. Oh no, don't put the glue on first because then you won't be able to get this thing on. I think I did that before, did I? That one. Put a bit of glue. And so putting this on like this, you might think it looks a little bit flimsy, but it isn't really, because you're not going to be, using it for anything, only sitting there looking beautiful, ain't you, really? You're not going to be doing anything with it to make it break, I don't think. Pulling on it or something. I don't think it'll come off. If you're worried that it will come off, you probably could, I've done it again, put the glue on first. You probably could just put a knot in it, but then, and that's up to you. Or you can get some stamens and put on there, put in it. If you can't find any, go and have a look and see if you can get them on a flower that's already made. If you can buy some flowers or something from an opportunity shop, or which isn't somewhere you get bargains, we call it an opportunity shop, like your Vinnie's or your Salvation Army shops or that. I haven't been in the Salvation Army here for a really long time. I actually haven't been to many of them much, because I only go sometimes to Can Assist because I don't have nothing to buy. Occasionally I go looking for something. I was there the other day, on Friday, and I was looking for something. Because I had to go there, I don't know why, but you know how you need to go somewhere. I needed to go, so off I goes. I wanted some thinner material, that's what I was after. I don't know if I put glue on that other thing, did I? I don't think I did. I don't want to lose it. Is it this one? Maybe not. Sorry. Let's pile the glue on somewhere. Anyway, I did have a very good time there. Didn't find the fabric. I don't. I did get something, but that looks really cool. Oh, I do like that. That's very nice, isn't it? I do like that. So that's really good. And then I'll just do a back stitch on the top of here, right? And then what I do as a rule is I always leave a tail so you can thread it to put it on the next, whatever you want to put it on. You thread that, you keep your tail, and then when you go to sew it onto your whatever, you can just do that. I got something the other day. I'll have to show you another time because it's sitting here next to me, but it's very big. I bought a guillotine. Oh, it is a really good thing. It's valued at about $260. And Sonya got it for $20. That was so good, wasn't it? What fun was that? She said $20. I said, okay, give me a look. It works. It's amazing. It's still in the box. It's actually been used, but it's still in the box. I think it's been hardly used because, the boxes are in reasonably good nick. Actually, I think it's a bit old, but the thing itself is really cool. So I did have a really good day after all. I mean, I might not use a guillotine as much as what some people do, but when I'm cutting out a bit of paper and things to put in my journals, I'm sure I will do that. How's that now? That's pretty, isn't it? Isn't that a pretty picture? Anyway, I think these turned out awesome. I love that. That worked. I do love the pink one, the yellow one. I mean, don't they go together really good? Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you can give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Appreciate a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want to. Even though, I have a lot of subscribers, they don't very much watch. 12,000 subscribers, but you don't get that many watching you because people, it's just how it works. There's people got 40,000 subscribers and only get about 4,000 people watching them. But it just depends who keeps coming back because they like what you do and that, I guess. Now, I need some different colour flowers, don't I? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, where's the purple one, Sonya? How come you haven't got any blue? I need to put some more different colours in, don't I? The fabrics, that I use are always really thin. I like this bit. It's really nice. It's actually a piece off a curtain, and that's where you get your some of your thin bits. And there's a bit of a thin one too. But anyway, I'm gonna I'll go now, and I can come back and show you different style again of something. And these look really cool. I like that how it worked out. He's sort of shabby, isn't he? He's a shabby chic, that one, definitely. Bit better than this one. This one I didn't cut a big enough circle for. That's why it's only little like that. And this one I got a bigger circle. So you need your circle to be about the size of my roll of tape. I'll measure this across here and tell you how big it is, because this is a radius, and this is a radius and a circumference. And I hope this is 2.25 inches. The circle is to get that size there, which I think is a good size one to have, you know. And if you're doing, and if you do want to do it like them and hang them sort of on something, on a picture or on a page or something, or anything you're making, you know, you probably do want to make a smaller one, and then, because that's how they would look, wouldn't they? Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and like I said, please subscribe. Leave me a comment. I really like to hear what you think about what I'm doing. That. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.